Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another day on the house build. If you were here with the last video, you've seen we were struggling to get all the skirting and stuff done in time. We managed to get 3 rooms done. So in this video, the plan is we get the rest of the rooms that we've sorted out done, and then we can get into the next room. First thing we've got to do though, is take care of a little bit of a mess. So as you can see in this room, we've been buying up a bit of stuff. Kids' little entertainment area that we've been using while they've been here with us, and if they get bored they can come through and watch a bit of TV. Gonna take care of this mess first. So I'm just waiting on Dad, he's gonna head round here soon. We're gonna help give us a hand to move the beds and stuff. Meanwhile I'm gonna take care of all the smaller stuff, start sorting some bits out. I just still gotta be mindful that when we're putting them into the other rooms that we've got to leave where the power points and stuff are so the electrician can make easy access to them. But as for that, let's go start putting some stuff away. Alright, so now we've just got the 2 beds left to go. So while we're waiting for Dad, we'll go and start masking up the other rooms. Alright guys, so we've just gone ahead and we've put all the skirting back on in this room. We've gone and put the gap filler around it, we've gone and plastered up all the holes. So this room should be sweet as to get onto tomorrow. Do a little bit of sanding, masking up, this room will be ready to paint. Now I've been going on with a couple of other little things. I'm trying to get some stuff done off scene so I don't take so much room up on the actual video, as the last video was pretty much full of skirting and stuff, and I thought I was pushing my luck with that, and I don't want to lose you guys from watching the video. So let me show you what we've been doing and keep on moving. Alright, so you remember the other day we came in here, we removed the door lock from down here, moved it up and everything. So we've gone ahead and put some wood bulk and a bit of plaster over the top of it here. So now we've got to just go ahead and sand it all back nice and flush. Then we've pretty much got the whole way ready to mask up and get ready for paint also. Then tomorrow we can come back, everything should be sweet and dry. Get into it, smash that out, and then on to the good stuff. So there we go, gone ahead, we've refilled it, it's dried out, we've gone over it with a sander, made it look nice and smooth. Same on this one here, coming up, fantastic. We also, while we're at it, we're going to put a bit of putty through the join for that door trim that we chucked in last video. Joined that off, sanded it back, so that should be pretty sweet. Fingers crossed we get some paint on that and it comes up a treat. Now the other thing that you see me doing was this one here, this door here. So that's in the dining room area, comes out here. So last video I was doing the inside of the doors, I'd done one coat on it and it turned out absolute rubbish because what we had was where there used to be a strip inside here for the door was just all really ratty looking, and we'd gone and put paint over it, and it just came out, you could see everything. So what we've gone and done, we've gone and sanded the whole doorway nice and smooth. Fingers crossed we put some paint over that and it comes up nice and smooth. You can't even tell there was ever a door trim there. So let's keep on moving and see how we go. Fingers crossed we can get this place masked out before we leave today. Alright guys, so we've gone ahead, everything's masked up apart from this one room here. Still waiting for that stuff to dry, so we're just going to leave that overnight. Come back tomorrow, the first thing we'll do is get in, sand all the plaster off of these boards, get the masking tape down, and then we can start putting some paint on. Alright, it's the next day, we're just going to get straight into it. First thing we're going to do is take care of the plaster that we put on the skirting boards, then we'll go ahead, mask the room up, and then get these rooms painted out.
Everything that I want, come take this night. It's come alive in the dark. It's come alive in the dark.
Alright guys, so there you go, we've managed to get the window, the skirting in this bedroom sorted out. We got all the hallway sorted out, that's all painted, down both ends. And we managed to get the third bedroom sorted as well, so that's all painted. Looking fantastic. We're not doing the window in this room because we did do the window when we actually started this room. That was one of the first windows, one of the first things that we actually did when we started inside the house. So that's all already painted and ready to go. We just didn't get around to the skirting. So the skirting's done. We can't do anything more until 16 hours dry time's up. So that's going to be at least tomorrow. As for now, we're going to go and start cleaning up the back room so we can get into there. Alright guys, so as you can see, this room's been used for just about everything. It's a storage room, rubbish bin, tool shed, workshop. Used it for just about everything in here, so this has been our little workshop for the last few months. As for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean everything out, get everything clean out of here, so we can start doing a bit of work inside this room. Let's get into it.
It's come alive in the dark.
Alright guys, so we've been checking our baits every couple of months. I've just come out to check it today, and they're back. So they've been having a bit of a feed. So what we're going to do is give that a bit of a shake off, see what the bait's like. If there's still a heap of bait there, we'll put it back in and let them keep going. Alright guys, so we've just gone ahead and checked all the baits. There was only that one live bait, which is fantastic. So we've just gone and replaced it with a new one since that one was pretty chewed out. So we just know, keep an eye on that bait in particular. As for now, we're going to go wash up and get back into painting. Alright guys, so we've just finished doing all the trims. All three rooms that we took on yesterday, that just had the second coat looking absolutely fantastic. Crazy how much better it looks with this second coat. You get rid of all the streaks and stuff in within the paint. So that is done until tomorrow. We can come back and we'll unmask it tomorrow, because I did get told maybe trying to unmask it when the paint's dry instead of wet is going to be a better situation for this. That way we're not going to get all that stuff coming through the tape and stuff like that as well as I'm pulling it. So we're going to give that a crack and see how it goes. But as for now, we're going to go into that back room and start doing some working out. Let's go. Grab the oven, put the bread in, come over here, throw some eggs, come over here, maybe, wash your hands and some food,
And then come over here and put your plate
over
up.
here, magic. So we're going to have to get out of here, got to go pick up kids from school. As you can see, we've come in here, this is going to be our kitchen. So what we've started doing, I've been sitting here with Dara, she's very active today. And we've been just going around roughly laying out what she wants. So over here we have the hot plate, we've got our oven here, we've got the bench height roughly sitting around here. And all this is just rough, we're not going to stick, obviously, whatever we need to change, we'll change. Now we're debating here, we've kind of put a sink here, but that does take up a fair bit of bench space. And what we were discussing is we've got an island bench here, going in here, and we're wondering whether we can get the plumbing and stuff to there to put a sink in the middle of the island bench rather than take up her bench space over here. Now we have got a drain coming through here, and I'm thinking it must be around this place here, so we're going to organise a plumber to come out and have a bit of a chat to him, see what we can do, because I'm thinking if we can crack into the concrete there and we can plumb a drain into that section there, would be absolutely fantastic. Then the other thing we need is hot and cold, so if we can channel some runs into the pipe work, come over to here, and we've got our hot and cold as well, and it's going to look fantastic. Nice and floating little island bench sitting there with the water flow to it. And then over here, because we've got all the pipe work and stuff like that, we've already discussed this with the plumber. What we've got to do is go ahead and put a mock-up wall in. So the wall's going to sit about 120 mil out of the wall, and that's going to be enough to sit all the pipe work and stuff behind it, which should then cover all that up nicely. Then we've got to put the concrete cement boarding over the top of that, and then that'll be our wall to go with. And the other thing we're thinking about doing is, because we're going to have like a butler's kitchen inside this room here, which used to be the old laundry, we're going to have a door going into there. Now we don't want a swing door going in because it's going to take up so much room inside there, and we don't want a door coming out because that's going to interfere with this doorway here. So we were thinking about getting one of the internal cavity sliding doors, because we've got plenty of room here to go behind the wall that's going to be going there, and then we can just have it so it slides in and out and takes up no room at all. So should be fantastic. A lot more thinking to do about it. Obviously this is just a blueprint. Dara's racking her brain over there, but I think we'll get there in the end. So as for now, we're going to go pick up some kids, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, so it's the next day. All the skirting is nice and dry. So the first thing we're going to do before we get into the back room is we're going to go ahead, pull all the tape off, get the house looking nice. so as you've seen, we went ahead and removed all the tape from all our skirting inside. Looks absolutely fantastic. One of our earlier videos, we sorted out a leak up the top there that was leaking through from the tin roof down, and we sealed all the roof up. But unfortunately the plasterboard there was damaged. So we've just gone ahead and cut all the black mould out of the plasterboard, pulled it all out of the way, put some new wood up there to support the new piece of plasterboard to go in, cut a new piece of plasterboard. We've trimmed around the outer tube that was around the top of that plasterboard as well, so it sits up there all nice and tidy. So now that's all up there, ready for plaster. Should be sweet when it's all done. Might not even see all that because the cupboards will be up there and stuff by the time we're done anyway. All these windows and stuff, they're all getting boxed in. It's going to look completely different once we're finished. But we've run out of time. We've spent a lot of time at the shops getting all our wood and materials and stuff together. We've got our new cavity door that's sitting there ready to go in. So I'm looking forward to actually installing that and seeing how it all goes. But as for now, we're going to head off, so we'll see you tomorrow. So first thing to check when you're going to knock one of these things out, and there's a toilet on the other side, make sure no one's sitting on it. Good advice. We've got our door cavity in. Super excited, turned out super good. Opens nice and easy, closes nice and easy. Managed to adjust it all nice, so we've got a nice line up the doorway. Everything's looking sweet. We have 600 spacing between each beam, so that's what I've gone and done. Obviously I still had a little bit of learning to do because I went 600 from the top down, and by the time we got to the bottom, there just wasn't enough room for the next 600, and I didn't really take it into consideration about drilling the hole for the dyno bolt down below. So usually I dyno bolt down the bottom of the frame. With this one, we've got 3 dyno bolts in the frame up the wall here, and we've gone and put another beam over the other side there and dyno bolted to the wall, so she's solid. She ain't going nowhere. She is absolutely solid. So super chuffed with how this has all turned out. Now we're just going to go ahead and knock out this other side. We've got ourselves a wall. Let's get into it. start doing this wall, and there was a few things I realised. First thing I realised was we need to get rid of all the electrical gear. Then while I was waiting for that to get done, I need to get rid of this window, and I need to work out where the drain was, where Dara wants to sink. So she's made different plans to what she originally had the other day, and so we need to make sure we can get the drain there and make sure all my framework and stuff's around the area and stuff. But this window here has been glued in. Now this window is going to be going away, and we're going to be boarding the window going into the bathroom up. So we don't want this room. I think the only way I'm going to get this thing out really is to smash her up. Didn't really want it, but what we're going to do. Well, that sucked ass, didn't it? So we started knocking her out, and it started to loosen off. I could feel it starting to get looser, and then all of a sudden it swung out, and I was thinking, oh, the plastic. So I gave it a bit of a shunt to try and get it away, but she fell straight down, bang, onto our water pipe here. But funny enough, it hasn't broken the pipe, it's actually just separated it, so it's almost like the glue's failed. So it's probably not a bad thing to find anyway before we get too far ahead with this wall. So we'll be able to glue that back up, get that back together, thank goodness. It should be good as new. As for the mess, we've just gone ahead, cleaned up all the glass. Lucky we had a wet and dry vacuum, just managed to get in there as soon as we could, vacuum all the water and stuff up. Hopefully it doesn't do too much to the wood. Hopefully that'll dry out and be not too bad. It did manage to suck a fair old amount out of there from underneath and around it. Fingers crossed she'll be sweet. Luckily it didn't touch our new frame. It's just starting to get in there, but we caught it before she got in there and managed to grab it all down here at the drain off area, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that's not a bad lesson. Aim for where the window's going to fall first. As for that, let's keep moving on and see how we go. Alright guys, so we've just gone ahead and got the first section done. So now we're dodging all the pipes pretty much. The only part we've still got to go is around the actual tap part there, and what we're going to do is build a bit of a box around there, because if there's any maintenance and stuff that needs done, or we want to turn that tap off for any reason, we'll be able to just go under the cupboard, have like a little hidey hole, turn it off. But as for that, I think pretty well most of it, the rest of the stuff to go now is just basic old beams and banging. I did have to put a couple of screws in a couple of spots, like there, and on the side here I chucked a couple of screws in there. I was a bit weary. With this one here, we hit a little bit to the side with the nail, and it kind of just cracked through the wood, so I didn't want that cracking any further, so I just put some screws in there just to support it. Same as the other one, I was thinking that's well too small with that cutout there to be hitting the nail gun into, so I thought I'll just screw them ones just for safekeep, just to make sure that we're going to be sweet. And two screws there, should be strong for what it is. We've got our pipe cut out, all in there, looking schmick. So that's all nice and hidden. We had to take the brackets off because they were in the positions where the beams were going to go, the cross members were going in. But she's all in there, looking schmick. Got our little drain off here. And we're going to make this frame, but we're not going to be bolting it in until the plumber gets around here, because I do want to question. Dara wants to put a sink over in this corner here, and I don't want to go ahead and put the frame up completely without having a cutout for the pipe to go into that drain off there. I'm assuming we'll use that drain off there. So we need to have the pipe running into that, so we know what angle and stuff we're going to, so I can just flip the frame over, cut out the sections we require, put it back up, and we know we're all good, be able to run a pipe through. But we'll, also while the plumber's here, we'll be asking him about all the other bits and pieces, make sure he's happy with it before we go and put that bit in situ. This section over here is not too bad, everything there's pretty good. Just this little bit here, so let's keep going, see if we can get this wall up before I finish up today.
Magnificent program of distinction by that master hand, that connoisseur and dilettante, that untiring seeker of new talent, Sylvester Macaroni, who again with his keen perception has unearthed a new find, a great discovery, that brilliant virtuoso and genius of the symphony, Maestro Michel Mouse, who is to be our guest conductor for this evening. And now the Maestro is approaching the podium. He raises his baton.
Alright guys, there it is, we've got our wall up, looking absolutely fantastic. We've got our little cavity down here, so we've got our little spot for the tap to go in. We're going to have a bit of a chat to the plumber about this. We may go the way of putting a water filtration system in here and have a little filter. Whether we do or not, don't know, otherwise we might just talk about moving the tap up to the top. Whether we need to do that as well or not, who knows. But that's our little cavity there, so that's going to be all tucked away. We might put a little flappy door on that, so when the cupboards are in, the door can be shut and you won't even know it's there really. So that should be fantastic. Really happy with how the framework's come up. Looking pretty good. Like I say, we're not going to bolt it in until we get the plumber out here and checks everything out. Tells us where he wants to run some water lines and stuff like that. Make sure he's happy with it. We'll work out where that drain's going to be going to over there, so I can cut the notches into the wood behind the framework before we go and attach it all. Know everything's going to be sweet. Place is looking really good. Really happy with how it's all coming along. All we've got to do now is put some lights in the roof here and we can start bringing some electricity back to the place. But the main idea today was just to get that wall up so we can get the plumber out and start sorting some stuff out for this room here. So all that being said and done guys, we're going to call that a wrap for this video. I wanted to have Dara in the shot for you because this is the last time you'll be seeing the big bump on her belly, as we are going in tomorrow and we're going to come out with one extra family member and one new minion to help Daddy. But we're not going to spend too much time at the house today because I'm taking the wifey out for one last dinner while she's pregnant. We're going to do a bit of a treat. So we're out of here. In saying that, we thank you for your love and support to the channel. If you like the content that you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like button. Press that subscribe button, set your notifications for upcoming videos. There's plenty to still come on the house build and plenty of new things that we're going to be trying to do. We're going to try a lot of new things ourselves, see how we go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, we just go down another route and sort it out that way. We look forward to seeing you soon with our new little member. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.